Saka is a scary sight, but not for us Arsenal fans. Saka is becoming inevitable, getting better and better year in, year out. And he kicked off the new season where he left us last season, scoring bangers. I think one thing we did in the second half was, take our half chances. If you remember, Odegaard, I believe, was fouled. Thomas Partey took a quick free kick. He found Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz technically gets the assist, but it's all Bukayo Saka. Now, Saka's inevitable. And that was something I like to have seen more last season. I think, Saka is doubled up, tripled up against, and he's obviously scored goals like this before, cutting in off that right-hand side onto his favoured left. But I felt during the Euros for England, obviously different circumstances, that he was provided wrongly by the opposition a lot of space to do that. And I think Saka, he's always believed in himself, but he's now believing in his source that he has that inevitability. I call him the Black Iron Robin for a reason. Now he's inevitable. He's like Thanos. You can't stop the star boy. On another day, maybe the Wolves keeper Sarr probably is going to be disappointed to, be beaten at his near post. I don't give a flying monkeys about that as an Arsenal fan. Football at any level is about relationships, and I love to see the fluidity and the understanding, the somewhat sixth sense our players are now developing. It's expected because they've been, the vast majority of these players have been with each other for a couple of years, and they're starting to understand now. We can talk about needing a new striker, and obviously with Kai Havertz also picking up where he left off last season and ultimately scoring a goal. The debate, depending on where you see it, rumbles on about Arsenal needing a striker. You might describe Kai Havertz as not necessarily clinical, although the second half of last season shows he's now starting to score goals. I think the difference between him and Gabriel Jesus is Kai Havertz at least wants to get on the end of things. Now, it's a great cross from Bukayo Saka and equally a great bit of movement from Kai Havertz. As you can see in the screenshot, admittedly not the best. Actually, before this, he made a great run, like a decoy kind of run for the defender. And obviously, plays progressed since Zinchenko has found Bukayo Saka and he's delivered it into the box. Saka is, obviously, he knows Kai Havertz and certain players are going to be there. But for me, he's put that into an area knowing that somebody's going to get on the end of it. And likewise, if you send a text, someone's got to receive it. Kai and a number of players know that they need to be there. Now, Wolves' defensive line for this particular scenario, fortunately for us, was horrible. Saka puts a lovely cross into a great area. Kai Havertz finishes his dinner. Kai Havertz scores again. Bukayo Saka and Kai pick up where they left off. We're laughing. We've got that first goal at this moment in time. Obviously, Saka scored in the second half. I know it was a low-key affair for both teams. I don't think Wolves or Arsenal, by their own manager's admission, was probably at their best in terms of the collective 90 minutes. That being said, you can only talk about the dynamics at play and also what's in front of you. And I believe David Raya made a number of good saves, especially in the second half when we were guilty of numerous lapses in concentration. And on that, he also drew high praise from Gary O'Neill, the Wolves manager, which is why Raya's in goal for Arsenal Football Club. Mikel Arteta, after the game, kind of alluded to what a lot of us Arsenal fans were thinking, in that we were better in the first half than the second. Obviously, the second goal was a breather for us, and we were guilty of lapses in concentration. He also drew praise for Bukayo Saka and indirectly compared him to the GOAT. Obviously, ultimately, we won the game. We kept a clean sheet. We got 3 points, and we scored 2 goals, so we can do better. And it was a bit of an even contest statistically. Now, for me, folks, I always say pre-season is not just a magical couple of weeks or a couple of months. You eradicate all the errors from last season and make the good great, and you're a perfect team. I don't feel you really see all teams kick into gear until the next 5 to 10 games or 10 game mark in the Premier League. But as I said, people, the main thing is 3 points. The victory doesn't always tell all the story. You look at the Chelsea City game, Chelsea lost, but it doesn't tell the full story. I actually think they played all right. Sticking to Arsenal, we got the 3 points. We scored 2 goals. Saka and Kai, 2 players we need to make the difference, done what they needed to do in that regards. We did ride our luck at times, but we did what we needed to do. I do think in the second half, we were guilty of numerous sloppy passes. I do think in the final third, we weren't really good enough. Like I remember in the first half, actually, Martinelli, Zinchenko and Declan Rice, along with Martinelli, did quite well down the left-hand side. And you can see Martinelli is probably feeling the effects of not being a consistent bagsman. I think he could have, it's easy for me to say, but I think he could have got his head up, found Declan Rice actually in the box. And whether Declan Rice scores or not, it's nothing to do with Martinelli. We critique or praise Declan Rice. So I do think in the final third, we could have been better. I do think we could have created better. I'm not criticizing the club, but I think, you know what, the moments of brilliance from Saka to score and obviously to find Kai Havertz, and actually the build-up playing the 2 goals we scored on this day was just enough. Second half, it could have went left. And actually, when Saka scored, it came at a vital time. Other than that, I feel we were in the driver's seat and we were in control. Don't know how that Wolves lad never got sent off for grabbing Gabriel Jesus' arse. And big up to Jurriën Timber for his exciting little couple of minutes. But the main thing is 3 points on the board. We look towards Aston Villa. We hope the boys in the club do something in the transfer market where that's concerned. But as I said, we won the game. Could have been better in the second half. Could have maybe killed the game in the first half. As they say, you have to kill football matches or they kill you. We failed to kind of do that and we got away with it to a slight degree. But you can always do better in this life. That game's gone. Let's see what the other 37 Premier League games has in total for Arsenal Football Club. On that though, people, don't forget to smash the like button, like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Again, the question will be raised, do we need a striker with Kai Havertz scoring? As great as Bukayo Saka was, we all know he's going to play a lot of minutes. Do we need a winger that can deputise / compete for him? We all know that we need to address the middle of the park. I do think Declan Rice isn't 100% fit, and I do think it was a mixed performance from him and Partey generally throughout that game, and was a bit of a quiet game for everybody concerned with Arsenal, but we got the 3 points. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow my 2 channels. Peace.